What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sincere is here, and I'm back with another Tom Clancy's The Division vendor reset video. We're here for October 15th, 2021's vendor reset. So let's get right into this and see what we got good for this week. For our first gear items, head over to Camp Hudson. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has a military RPK-74M, and also we got a tyrant suppressor. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the gear vendor. Here we got an operator mask with the talent refreshed on it. And also here we got a prototype firearms mod with 259 firearms and 1% critical hit chance. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the advanced weaponry vendor, and here we got an Omega rifle suppressor. And also here we got a C79 scope. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special equipment vendor, and here we have a Cassidy. Next here we have a SRA1. Also here we got a Spec Ops mask with the talent refreshed. Also here we got a prototype performance mod with 3.50% sticker mine damage. Next here we got a high velocity magazine. Next here we got a vertical grip. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a classic RPK-74 blueprint with a gear score of 256. Next here we got a stamina knee pads blueprint with a gear score of 256. For our next gear items, head over to Camp Clinton. Here the special equipment vendor has a Navy MP5N. Next here we got a Spec Ops mask with the talent rehabilitated. Also here we got an operator vest with the talent reckless. Also here we got a heavy magazine spring. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Clinton. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a stamina knee pads blueprint with a gear score of 256. Next here we got electronics knee pads blueprint with a gear score of 256. Also here we got a compensator blueprint with a power level 34, and also we got a small laser pointer blueprint with a power level 34. For our next gear items, head over to Dante's Run. Here the gear vendor has a Spec Ops pack with the talent Relentless. For our next gear items, head over to Autumn's Hope. Here the gear vendor has a tactical pack with the talent Relentless. Next here we got a prototype firearms mod with 207 firearms and 4% bleed resistance. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 7.50% seeker mine explosion radius. For our next gear items, head over to the Last Call. Here the weapons vendor has a heavy magazine spring. For our next gear items, head over to the Firewall. Here the gear vendor has a prototype stamina mod with 263 stamina and 3,187 health. For our next gear items, head over to West 31st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 2% pulse critical hit chance, and also here we got a loud vent break. For our next gear items, head over to West 53rd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 6% first aid ally heal. For our next gear items, head over to East 61st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a vertical grip foliage green. For our next gear items, head over to East 46th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tyrant suppressor. For our next gear items, head over to East 42nd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 3.50% sticky bomb damage. For our next gear items, head over to East 40th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an SR7 suppressor. For our next gear items, head over to East 34th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical pack with the talent Inventive. Next here we got a prototype performance mod with 6% first aid self-heal. And also here we got a Omega rifle suppressor. For our next gear items, head over to East 31st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a Spec Ops mask with the talent refreshed. Also, I mentioned this because I'm here. We got a prototype performance mod with 4% mobile cover damage resilience. For our next gear items, head over to the 5th Ave checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an extended magazine. For our next gear items, head over to DZ2 safe room. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has a tactical mask with the talent Tenacious. For our next gear items, head over to DZ3 safe room. Here the Dark Zone weapons vendor has an Navy MP5N. Next here we got a Police M4 if you like this weapon. Also here we got a Marine Super 90. Next here we got a classic M44 carbine. For our next gear items, head over to DZ4 safe room. Here the Dark Zone gear mod vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 261 electronics and 3% skill haste. For our next gear items, head over to DZ5 safe room. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a high velocity magazine. Next here we got a loud vent break, and also we got a vertical grip FDE. For our next gear items, head over to DZ8 safe room. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has an operator vest with the talent Rapid. For our next gear items, head over to DZ9 safe room. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has an extended magazine. Alright everybody, that's it for our Tom Clancy's The Division vendor reset video for October 15th, 2021's vendor reset. Hope everybody tuned into it, found them something that they needed. Smash on that sub and like button. Y'all appreciate that support, and I'll see y'all with the next one. Take care. Peace.